7 masturbation truths every man over 60 must know. Discover 7 vital masturbation secrets for men over 60 to boost health, hormone balance, mental well-being, and fight aging with expert Dr. Mohit Kara. Rethinking male sexual health after 60. The truth about masturbation, connection, and vitality. For generations, men have been told a story about aging, sexuality, and self-pleasure that is not only incomplete, but in many cases, deeply harmful. The narrative goes something like this: masturbation is shameful, something to be outgrown, and certainly not a topic for men past a certain age. But what if the truth is the opposite? What if, after 60, masturbation and conscious self-connection are not only normal, but essential for health, happiness, and longevity? Drawing on over 30 years of clinical experience, Dr. Mohit Kara, a urologist and professor of men's health, offers a radically different perspective, one that could change the way you approach your body, your mind, and your later years. Let's explore the 7 essential truths about masturbation and male health after 60, and discover how reclaiming this part of yourself can be a powerful act of self-care and renewal.
The hidden dangers of mindless masturbation. How routine can become a trap. Many older men continue to masturbate in the same way they always have, quickly, mechanically, and often with little awareness. Over time, this mindless approach can have unintended consequences. The body and brain are highly adaptable, and when you repeatedly engage in rushed, disconnected self-pleasure, often accompanied by intense visual stimulation or habitual techniques, you're training your nervous system to respond only to those specific cues. The cost: numbness, dysfunction, and disconnection. This neurological conditioning can lead to decreased sensitivity. You may find it harder to feel pleasure or require more intense stimulation to achieve the same effect. Erectile dysfunction, or ED. The body becomes less responsive to natural arousal, both alone and with a partner. Delayed or absent orgasm, known as delayed ejaculation or anorgasmia. These issues can quietly erode confidence and intimacy. Emotional withdrawal. As physical pleasure diminishes, so can your sense of connection to yourself, to others, and to life. The tragedy is that many men blame themselves or their age, never realizing that their habits, not their bodies, are often the root cause. The good news? The nervous system can heal. With patience and a new, more conscious approach, sensitivity and function can be restored.
The myth of abstinence. Why stopping is not the answer. Prostate health depends on regular ejaculation. A common misconception is that men should simply stop masturbating after a certain age. But the prostate, a gland essential for male reproductive health, continues to produce fluid throughout life. If this fluid isn't regularly released, it can build up, leading to prostate congestion and inflammation. Urinary symptoms: frequent nighttime urination, weak stream, and pelvic discomfort. Increased risk of chronic conditions, including potentially prostate cancer. A landmark Harvard study found that men who ejaculated at least 21 times per month had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Regular ejaculation helps keep the prostate healthy, reduces inflammation, and can even improve sleep and overall well-being. The emotional toll of neglect. Beyond the physical, neglecting this aspect of your health can lead to a quiet sense of loss, a disconnection from vitality and self-worth. Reclaiming self-pleasure is not about lust or loneliness. It's about care, maintenance, and honoring your body's needs.
The silent poison, shame, and its impact on mental health. The legacy of guilt. Many men carry deep-seated shame around masturbation, often inherited from cultural, religious, or familial messages. This shame doesn't disappear with age, it simply goes underground, shaping your relationship with your body in subtle but powerful ways. The biological cost of shame. Chronic shame and emotional repression are not just psychological burdens, they have real, measurable effects on the body. Increased stress hormones, cortisol, disrupted sleep and mood, weakened immune function, higher risk of anxiety, depression, and even dementia. Regular, healthy sexual touch, including masturbation, supports mental health by boosting dopamine, oxytocin, and other feel-good chemicals. When shame blocks this natural process, the result is often withdrawal, numbness, and a slow erosion of vitality. Reconnection as healing. Reconnecting with your body, free from guilt or expectation, can be transformative. It's not about fixing what's broken, but about rediscovering what was always there. The capacity for pleasure, presence, and self-acceptance.
Testosterone. Use it or lose it. The role of sexual activity in hormonal health. Testosterone is often seen as a number that inevitably declines with age, but research and clinical experience show that sexual activity, including solo touch, can help maintain and even boost testosterone levels. When you stop engaging with your sexual self, your body gets the message that these systems are no longer needed and hormonal production slows. The ripple effects of low testosterone. Low testosterone is linked to fatigue and low energy, loss of muscle mass and increased belly fat, mood changes and depression, cognitive decline and increased risk of chronic disease. By maintaining a healthy relationship with your sexuality, you send a powerful signal to your body. I still need this. I still want to feel alive. The result is not just improved hormonal levels, but a renewed sense of confidence, motivation, and engagement with life. Erectile function, a barometer of health. Why erections matter, even without a partner. Erectile function is about much more than sex. It's a reflection of blood flow, nerve health, and cardiovascular integrity. The penis, like any other muscle or vascular structure, needs regular use to stay healthy. Without regular erections, whether through partnered sex or solo stimulation, tissues can lose elasticity, blood vessels can stiffen, and the body can begin to shut down this system. The consequences of disuse. Atrophy of smooth muscle, reduced blood flow and oxygenation, loss of confidence and self-worth, increased risk of depression and cognitive decline. Regular erections, even if achieved alone, help maintain the health of these vital systems. It's not about chasing pleasure for its own sake, but about preserving a core part of your physical and emotional identity. The hidden impact of pornography. How modern porn rewires the brain. Today's pornography is vastly different from what most men encountered in their youth. High-speed, high-intensity content delivers a flood of dopamine, which can desensitize the brain to natural, real-life stimulation. Over time, this can lead to reduced sensitivity to touch, difficulty achieving arousal or orgasm without porn, porn-induced erectile dysfunction, PID, increased anxiety, shame, and withdrawal, reclaiming real pleasure.
The good news is that the brain is remarkably adaptable. By taking a break from artificial stimulation and focusing on real, present-moment sensation, whether through imagination, gentle touch, or simply being with your own body, you can retrain your nervous system to respond to authentic pleasure.
The most dangerous mistake: isolation. The biological need for touch. Perhaps the greatest risk facing older men is not physical decline, but isolation. This isn't just about living alone, it's about the absence of touch, connection, and self-care. When you stop being touched by others or by yourself, your nervous system begins to downshift. Oxytocin, the connection hormone, drops. Stress hormones rise. Sleep, immune function, and mood suffer. Emotional and sensory circuits begin to shut down. The slow fade of identity. Isolation often starts in the bedroom with the quiet decision to stop touching yourself, not out of choice, but out of resignation or shame. Over time, this withdrawal becomes self-reinforcing, leading to numbness, loss of purpose, and even early death. The antidote is simple but profound: reclaiming touch as a vital, life-affirming act.
A new approach, the Golden Protocol. Relearning connection, one day at a time. So, how do you begin to heal, reconnect, and reclaim your vitality? Dr. Kara recommends a simple daily practice, a golden protocol that can help rewire your body, rebuild sensitivity, and restore what time and silence may have taken away. The practice. Set aside 10 minutes a day. Find a quiet, private space where you won't be disturbed. Approach with intention. This is not about performance or achieving orgasm. It's about presence, curiosity, and self-care. Use gentle touch. Explore your body with kindness and awareness, noticing sensations, emotions, and thoughts as they arise. Breathe deeply. Let your breath anchor you in the present moment. Release expectations. There is no right or wrong way to do this. The goal is simply to reconnect. For some, this becomes a morning ritual. For others, a way to wind down at night. What matters is the intention: to honor your body, to reclaim your right to pleasure and connection, and to remind yourself that you are still here, still alive, and still worthy of care.
Conclusion: reclaiming your body, reclaiming your life. The journey of male aging is not a story of inevitable decline, but of transformation and renewal, if you're willing to challenge old myths and embrace new truths. Masturbation, far from being a source of shame or something to be abandoned, can be a powerful tool for health, connection, and self-discovery. By approaching self-pleasure with awareness, intention, and kindness, you can heal the damage of mindless habits and shame, support prostate and hormonal health, maintain erectile function and cardiovascular vitality, rewire your brain for real, grounded pleasure, combat isolation, and reclaim your sense of self. You are not broken, and you are not alone. Every system in your body is waiting for you to reconnect, to remember what it means to feel alive. The choice is yours. Will you continue to shrink, to apologize for wanting to feel good in your own skin? Or will you step forward, reclaim your body, and rediscover the spark that makes life worth living? The journey starts with a single act of presence, a decision to touch yourself, not out of habit or desperation, but out of respect, curiosity, and love. In doing so, you may find that what you thought was lost was simply waiting to be remembered. Remember, age does not make you invisible.
you are still here. And what you do with that matters.